No, the question is who can sing. Who's going to sing? That man over there will sing.
Yes, I will.
Doesn't mean he can. But this one over here actually can sing. So, no, not just a little bit. She sung backgrounds for Fred Hammond.
Was good.
Yeah, so, yeah. She's
Ty Cody all the way back from the hiatus.
Exactly. Yeah, don't listen to him.
When am I going to meet Fred Hammond?
She said, when can I meet him? Y'all know what time it is. It is time for Facebook Live. Facebook Live, people, it is time for the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. If Cody won't be tapping her mic over there.
I apologize. It's my breaks. My bad.
What's going on, Crystal? What's going on, Joe? I see you in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know sharing. Oh, speaking of which, sharing is caring. So let's go ahead and share this video with your family. Share this video with your friends. We have special guests in the building. Bishop Darlene Lyons.
Hey, everybody!
Is that a sneeze? Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. It is the Ty and Cody on Purpose show live in the studio. Yes.
I feel like it's been a while.
Technically it has been a while for you. For Cody. So for those who don't know, so last week we actually we did our Man Cave show. And our Man Cave we do every third Monday. We call it Man Cave Mondays, and it's the Man Cave edition of the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. Howsoever, that's previous Saturday we actually do our Man Cave meetup. And in our Man Cave meetup, we actually meet every third Saturday from 2 to 4, and it's just the opportunity for us husbands to get together, and we do our thing, and we talk, and what goes on in Man Cave stays in Man Cave. That's pretty much how that works. But we did something different for the month of August. For the month of August, we took our Man Cave on the road live in a barbershop. So we actually did barbershop talk. We did barbershop talk from 12 to 4, whole 4 hours. Well, it was a little less than 4 hours, but we did 12. We was in there from 12 to 4. We brought WB&D with us. We had quite a few sponsors. We came out and brought some products and came and donated some food. We had some good conversation while people was getting their haircuts. The women were on the outside though. They were in the sun. They had some drinks. See, one of our vendors. Actually, one of our vendors, what you over there making face for? One of our vendors actually provided drinks. She was a sponsor. She was a sponsor for Pour Mixology, P-O-U-R, because I kept saying pour. P-O-U-R, pourmixology.com. She actually came in and she brought some homemade lemonade, and she was telling us about her Red Rose vodka line that she has. So the ladies were outside talking about, lemonade and vodka and all that other stuff, while the men were inside getting haircuts. And then, of course, there were a few women who came in because they brought their sons and whatnot. And so, we asked them a few questions. But we had a great time. Cody was out of town, so that's why she wound up missing that whole event.
Time.
Oh, you did?
She had some fun girl time. So we had a nice little, little break. And I think the prior week before that, I think we were on vacation. I think we did a vacation for our anniversary and all that good stuff. So yeah. So we were away for a minute, but we're back. We're live. We're in the building. As I always do, I got to give out the number. 803-692-6370 is the number here live in the studio. I was actually on Instagram Live. For those who are on Instagram Live, sometimes we like to go live just a little bit early so y'all can get an opportunity to see what goes on behind the scenes of the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. But for those who are actually watching us on Facebook, don't forget you can share this video with your family, share this video with your friends, and you've probably heard and seen a lovely voice that was not belonging to Cody. Yes, we have a special guest in the building with us today. She is a mentor, she is an author, she actually hosts her own show called Table Talk. Yes, we have Bishop Darlene Lyons in the building with us today. So, I see Mr. Entertainment. I'm going to give her the bell since Mr. Entertainment's not going to give her the round of applause. Mr. Entertainment, you are fired already. Jeez, guy.
It's okay.
Our special guest can't get no love. And it's because he knows her. That's why. But we still love you, Mr. Entertainment. That's what it is. That he was in the deep. He was all into whatever he was going into. he was all into whatever he was going into.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And she also brought somebody with her. I don't know if he's gonna talk, but he's in the background. I can't act like he ain't in the building. What's going on, Rob? How's he doing?
How's everybody?
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
He is happy to be here.
He is happy. If y'all can see him, he's smiling.
Yes, he is. Yo, so it is. Yo, we have a great show going on for y'all today. Cody is over here sharing. She's over here interacting with you all via Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So if you have any questions, if you have any all that other good stuff, please feel free to share that information with us live. We will read your comments. Y'all know the telephone number is 803-692-6370. We are live. The phone lines are wide open. We love hearing your voices. What's going on, Maurice? I see you, church boy. I see you, Crystal. Crystal, we are definitely praying for you in your surgery. So, you know, we know you are a part of the Ty and Cody family, as you are a faithful listener and a faithful viewer. So we are definitely praying for you, Crystal, in your surgery. And for everyone else out there, you know, feel free to share this video with your friends and your family. As I always say, sharing is caring, because today we are talking about leaving and Cleveland. I said Cleveland. We are not in Cleveland.
LeVar is leaving.
He is where is he leaving? He's leaving Cleveland. That's what's happening. Leaving and cleaving. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And as y'all know, a lot of times, a lot of these topics come out from stuff that's I've gone through, Cody's gone through, someone has shared with us, or, you know, just that we may be going through together, for that matter. And this one actually, believe it or not as much as we usually do, but believe it or not, this one actually came from something that happened a few weeks ago with a relative of mine. And that made me start to think about this topic. But we'll get into that a little bit later, because y'all know I do ask questions on social media, and so I'll be reading your comments and everything that went on in social media, because I got a lot of feedback on this question as well. So matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pose a question so you all can start to formulate your answers, because we do want to hear your thoughts and your opinions. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. My question for tonight, for the second half of the show, because we're going to get into it for the second half of the show, is who comes first, your parents or your spouse and kids? Y'all think about that. Give us a call. We want to hear what you have to say. But in the meantime, in between time, let's get into our normal stuff, like our marriage joke of the week. Again, people, I do not make up these jokes. And I say this, Darlene, I have to give up this disclaimer each and every week, because people get after me and they go, your jokes suck sometimes. But again, I don't make up the joke. You know who these people are? It's Cody. Cody doesn't like my jokes. Everybody else actually laughs at the jokes.
She loves you.
Cody, and I actually felt kind of proud last week, because when I did the joke in the barbershop last week, I actually had the whole barbershop laughing. So I actually felt pretty good. Yes.
I missed
the entire barbershop laughed. Yes, thank you, Miss Entertainment. It was classic.
I enjoyed it.
I don't even remember what the joke was.
I don't
but
either,
it was
but I'm about to
classic.
laugh.
Exactly. So the jokes usually go over his head.
Okay.
No,
But we gon'
You think it'll happen today?
Nah.
Not today.
I hope not, because you know, Mr. Entertainment, like as you saw, sometimes he's just all out in his own zone. He's in his own world.
Right.
But we will see what happens with today's joke. It is called the remote.
Oh, because I was like, I hear a buzz.
That's the phone. This one is called the remote.
Oh, like, hold on, like, I don't.
He's like, wait a
I
minute.
still didn't get it.
I know it's
and we ain't even started
I know
yet.
it's after 8 o'clock, and this is a marriage show, but geez, somebody buzzing in here? The remote. After 20 years of marriage, here we go. After 20 years of marriage, a couple was lying in bed one evening when the wife felt her husband beginning to fondle her in ways he hadn't in quite some time. It almost tickled as his fingers started her neck, and he began moving down past the small of her back. He then caressed her shoulders and neck, slowly worked his hand down over her breast, stopping just over her stomach. He then proceeded to place his hand on her left inner arm, caressed past the side of her other breast again, working down her side, passed gently over her buttocks and down her leg to her calf. He then proceeded her inner thigh, stopping just at the uppermost portion of her leg. This sounds like a porn. I'm sorry. He continued in the same manner on her right side and then suddenly stopped, rolled over, and started watching TV. As she had become quite aroused by this caressing, she asked in a loving voice, "That was wonderful. Why did you stop?" He said, "I found the remote."
Oh, wow.
You know
Oh,
what?
wow. Okay.
See, she don't never find the jokes funny, but usually, and that one I think Mr. Entertainment actually might even gotten.
That was kind of funny.
He was looking for the remote. She thought he was trying to, get it started,
I'm gonna try that next time I do.
No, I need you to, because we already know where the remote is in the house, and if that's what you're gonna do, then I'm putting the remote in places where it's gonna lead to something else. Play with me if you want to.
Whatever.
It's called hide and seek.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, Bishop. We, Mr. Entertainment says after 8 o'clock we can usually tell dirty jokes. So,
Sometimes the dirty joke.
so sometimes we get a little crazy. Mr. Entertainment gets a little crazier than I do. But see, Crystal said all. Crystal, was that all like a all as in all? She should have got some, or all? He found the remote. Because Crystal sometimes. We don't know which way Crystal goes, but we love Crystal because Crystal is a part of the family, and we love the people who tune in with us. I see Sean, my cousin Sean's in the building. I also see Miss Valerie Anderson, my mom, is in the building.
What she wanted to say was, when you get done with that remote, I'm gonna need them batteries.
No, she did not.
She could have. She could have.
You ain't gonna use it.
Battery operated boyfriend, Bob. There you go. That's what it could have been. That's what it could have been. I don't. And again, people, I don't find these jokes. I just find them funny. If you all feel like I find the jokes, but I don't write the jokes. I just find them funny. If you all feel like you have a better joke and you all can tell a better joke than I can, I always open the phone lines to you all, 803-692-6370. to give you all an opportunity to tell your marriage or relationship joke. Even if it's not a marriage or relationship joke. I see Darlene pointing to Bob. You got a joke? I thought you was a comedian. Okay.
Sometimes he is.
Sometimes?
Yeah, but he doesn't.
You want to stay on the air, right?
Well, so long as Mr. Entertainment don't pull the plug over there, I think we might be all right. Well, let's get into our hot topics. Our hot topics, y'all, for those who are just joining the show, it's the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. Our hot topics are usually our days of the week and a few other quick, tidbits we usually talk about this time. So our hot topic for the day is our days of the week. Today is the 27th, so it is actually National Just Because Day. Yes, National Just Because Day. Because what? Just because. So I always try to relate things to the marriages and relationships. That's what we usually do. And so I say, loving your spouse just because.
That's good.
Give your spouse some just because. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Entertainment. There you go. Just because. It doesn't have to be a holiday. It ain't got to be his birthday. It ain't got to be your anniversary. It doesn't have to. Just give him some.
That's right. And
just because.
Just because, give your spouse a break. How about that?
Just because.
Thank you.
Seriously,
Mr. Entertainment.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just because.
Just because.
I think we do give y'all breaks. Go ahead, Mr. Entertainment.
Listen, so my thing is this. How many times do we have to keep making up excuses, right? At the end of the day, you know what we want. Put it on the checklist. Give it up. And then let's just do the repercussions later. I don't want to hear the,
All right.
That's fine. Just answer the question. How many items on the checklist are you going to do in order to receive what you want?
Hey,
I'm a willing
You already
participant.
know I got a whole closet full of credits. What kind of credits those may be per tail? Booty credits. I got a whole closet. So obviously I've been doing something to collect all these credits in the background. She's like, in the closet. and
Quick question though.
Go ahead.
Why is it, Cody? I need to know, because I keep hearing this week after week from not just everybody. Why is it has to be rationed out? Like, what is the big deal? Like, is it tiresome? Is it like, I'm tired of you and I'm ready to move on? Like, give me the real answer.
Where's
Yes,
the fun?
inquiring minds
Where's
want to
the
know.
Fun? Where is the
Okay.
out of the box experience?
Create it. This is okay, and I say create it because y'all want me
back to the items on that checklist has to be done. Those are priorities as well. If we don't get any help with those, there's not going to be much creativity.
But
because at the end of the day, we're tired.
What happens when we are checking some of those things off? We're picking up the kids. We're cooking dinner. We're taking the kids here. We're making sure that the house is clean.
No.
Right, they go to sleep. But yet we did it.
Eyes is closed, and the shop got the do not disturb sign on it.
Because then I think that's where
And I respect
communication
that.
needs to come in too.
I want some. That's the communication.
Okay, then prior to you doing those items, you say, the reason for me doing this is because my expectation is X, Y, and Z.
But didn't you just say you wanted spontaneity? So you feel like we should tell you even though?
To me, that's still being spontaneous.
Because, so your response and rebuttal it won't be in the process of, okay, well, don't do it just because you want some. Do it because you need to have a clean house. Or do it because you just want to help me out.
Because here's what I'm seeing. The stock is rising.
Okay.
And somehow, ladies, y'all have a way of crashing the stock. And I don't understand why you keep doing that. When the stock is up, you got to cash in, take advantage of that stock.
Right? Cash in, but make sure it's during a time when you both are in high energy. If you both aren't, you can't expect for one to have high energy and the other one not.
Gotcha. So when the stock
be
is up,
creative
one
as
wanna
far
buy
as
another.
Called
you fit
B12
in.
shots.
So be creative when you fit it in.
That's fair.
Okay.
Don't wait till 11:30 p.m., 12 midnight, and you like.
Oh no, I'm ready all day. Listen, I keep my availability wide open.
Hey.
Okay.
Full time and part time. I'm open.
Again, National Just Because Day. Give us some just because.
Just because. That was a good topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Cody, for participating.
Miss Darlene sitting over here like, what did I get myself into? What show did I walk into? I think I may plead the fifth on some of these.
I'm probably just going to say peaches and cream.
I was going to say, just get ready to say. So y'all know Kevin Hart has his, his safe word is pineapples. Bishop Darlene says hers is peaches and cream. So, yes.
Not because I don't have anything to say regarding the subject, just that
She refuses. And we're moving on. Peaches and cream. It is actually National Bow Tie Day tomorrow. Saw a good friend of mine with a bow tie on his way back to work today. So it is National Bow Tie Day tomorrow.
Oh, so that's not pasta?
No, well, it doesn't specify, but yeah, I would think it would be regular bow ties. You know, the type
you wear.
Yeah, the type you actually wear. I didn't even think about bow tie pasta.
Bow tie pasta.
I didn't even think about that until she just said that. Yeah.
Ravioli.
No. Ravioli's ravioli, bow tie
Bow
pasta.
tie actually looks like a little bow tie.
Never seen it.
Who cooks in your house?
Hey, they go a checklist item for you. How about that?
Don't start.
Checklist.
Don't start. I'm already.
She ain't in the building today.
I'm in good standards right now.
He's in
Don't
good
ruin it.
standing today.
I told you I'm good behavior.
What's going on, Dana? What's going on, Maurice? And what's going on, Jason? Thank y'all for tuning in the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this video with your family. Share this video with your friends. We are going through our hot topic, our national days. National South Carolina Day is also coming up on the 31st, y'all. I'm not from South Carolina, but we are one state above in North Carolina. But National South Carolina Day is actually coming up on the 31st. So for those who were born, raised, or live, or used to live in South Carolina, there's your day. I don't know what you do to celebrate it, but there's your day. Last but not least, we also have National Matchmaker Day. Yes, the Ty and Cody. We also like to promote, relationships in general. So, it's National Matchmaker Day on August 31st, as Cody just mentioned. Okay. So, now that's a tricky thing to do, though. Matching people up. And I say that because if you match somebody up with someone and it don't work out for whatever reason, then for instance, Sherry Shepherd, her ex-husband, who she just had this tumultuous divorce with or whatever, she was actually hooked up with him by Kim Fields.
Okay.
So
I know that.
They're both on Tom Joyner show, and she actually, and they talk about it all the time. And she always said, well, should I be mad at Kim for hooking me up with him after all that he and I had gone through? And it's like, well, no, you shouldn't be mad at him because what went on between the two y'all. Howsoever, she's like, well, I do kind of feel a little bit guilty because I did hook him up with you. So it's like, should you feel guilty or should you be mad at the person who actually match made you to?
No.
No? You don't think so?
No. Why would you be mad with somebody because they introduced you to someone? After they introduced you, you're two grown, consenting adults.
Right.
You decide from that place whether you want to go to the next step.
Right.
So how are you going to be upset with Cody because she introduced you to somebody, and then 10 years down the road it doesn't work? That had nothing to do with Cody. That had something to do with the relationship between the two of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I did try to play matchmaker with two friends of mine, and it didn't work out. And last weekend or weekend before last, I was reminded that it didn't work out, but we were able to joke about it, right? The girlfriend who I introduced this young man to, her and I saw each other that weekend, and she said, "Hey, you remember such and such?" I was like, "Yeah, let's not mention."
My bad. I stand corrected. It's Kim Whitley, not Kim Fields. My apologies.
Okay, gotcha.
Thanks for correcting me, Miss Tasha.
Okay.
Yes, thanks for also watching, Tasha. But yeah, so it's National Matchmaker Day on the 31st. So if you got some friends out there who need to be matched up with some of your friends, I personally wouldn't do it, as I've tried that before. I've even done it in family members. Like I've tried to hook a family member up with somebody else, and it didn't work, and I felt bad. So I don't.
You was hooking up one family member with another family.
I wasn't
Well,
hooking.
that's how you said it.
Yeah, it did come off that way.
Right?
I know, we're not West Virginia.
Okay.
This ain't no incest going on, none of that stuff.
To be sure.
I just didn't want to say who it was by accident because I almost said who it was.
Oh no, we don't need you to say no name.
Yeah, that's what I almost said who it was, and I didn't want to, throw that out there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yo, so we can't forget that it is the APLMC Valentine's Getaway Cruise is coming up. You still have an opportunity to go ahead and reserve your cabin. Go ahead and reserve your cabin today. The cruise is coming up February of 2019. We're cruising out of Tampa, Florida, and we're hitting up Cozumel, Mexico, and yes, we are doing this as part of the Purposeful Life marriage coaching. Is what Cody and I are. We are marriage coaches, and we are doing a romantic Valentine's cruise getaway.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone may be watching, so if they're not married, they can't go?
It's not that they can't go. They can go.
Okay.
But this isn't a matchmaker's cruise. We're not matchmaking, and you get mad at us.
But they're engaged.
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, most
Or
definitely.
maybe looking to want to be married.
Mm-hmm.
Engaged to get married.
Right.
Are they qualified
Sure
to go as well?
You are qualified to go.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to stop you. If you want to go, you want to get your romance on with your boo, your husband, your boyfriend, your fiance, you are more than welcome to go. Or if you are looking just to find out more information of how you can actually find your boo, because some people want to know how to find their boo, their fiance, what I got to do to get me a good man, what I got to do to keep me a good woman. Because that was one of the questions that came up last week about, why do men feel like we got to go find big booty Judy over there when we got somebody who has the right heart and right mind. That was one of the questions that the women asked us. So, but if you looking to find your big booty Judy, or you looking to find your Tyrone, or whoever it is, whoever he is, but this is the Valentine's Getaway Cruise. And so we're going to Cozumel, Mexico, and we're also hitting up Grand Cayman, and we're doing a sail away party. We're doing seminars, and we're doing games. We're doing all of that good stuff. It is a great opportunity for you and your significant other, your spouse, or whomever it is you choose to go with, to join us aboard the Carnival Paradise. If you are looking for more additional information, you can contact us at aplmcoaching.com. Again, that is aplmcoaching.com. Or you can email us at coach@aplmcoaching.com. Again, that's coach@aplmcoaching.com. We're selling February 11th through the 16th of 2019. So go ahead and get on board while you can.
Right.
Yes. Last but not least, or not actually last but not least, because I got one more thing. If you have not joined the APLMC Text Club, go ahead and join the Text Club today. It is very simple to do. It is our way of a purposeful life marriage coaching to give back to you, our listeners, our viewers, and our clients. It is absolutely free, unless you happen to have one of those cell phone carriers that charges you text messages like they used to do back in the day. But it is super simple to do. He said cancel them. Hey, some people still pay 25 cents or 50 cents per text message like they used to do back in the day. Hey, I would hope not to.
I don't care how bad your credit is. That's too much.
That's too much. Exactly. All you have to do is text the letters APLMC, which stands for Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching. Again, that's APLMC to the number 33222. Again, that's 33222. And text the letters APLMC. I see Miss Bishop Darlene is over here. She just actually joined the text club right in front of us on air. Yes. It is our way of giving back to you all. We don't blow up your text messages. We don't, do all of that stuff. It is our way of actually trying to encourage you, give you tidbits, things you can do to keep the romance going, things you can do just to keep your marriage journey going or your relationship journey going each and every day, Monday through Friday. We don't do it on Saturday and Sunday. And we also send a quick reminder to let you know the show's coming on as well. But it is our way of giving you just a tidbit, just to say, hey, you know what? Why don't you try this to make your relationship work? Or why don't you try this?
That's great.
I know a lot of us, and I say us because I mean myself and Cody and Mr. Entertainment as well, we have sometimes we go, I call it the marriage journey. And when you go through the journey, sometimes you got your ups, sometimes you got your downs. And when you got your downs, exactly. When you have your downs, sometimes we just need encouragement. Yes. And that's what the text message club is about.
That's what it's about.
A little bit of encouragement just to keep you going in your relationship journey.
This is good.
Yes. And last but not least, we also have Man Cave. Don't forget, I mentioned it earlier. Man Cave is Men About Nuptials. We see you each and every third Saturday of the month. So this month, I think it's coming up for September, is September 15th. We are here in the offices of A Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching, 7716 Pence Road from 2 to 4 p.m. And it is strictly the husbands and men only. No women allowed, Cody. No women allowed. She tries to sneak in, but we don't allow her in. Because what goes on in Man Cave stays in Man Cave. Exactly.
It's a dude thing.
It is a dude thing. If you not a dude, you can't come in. And no, we don't make you prove yourself. We just say, hope you just are a dude. But it is our opportunity for men, because you all women, as women, you all have, for the most part, you all talk to each other. You all have groups. You all have.
We don't have everything.
Just about. But y'all have stuff. And us men. He said the usher boy.
Seriously, you don't go there.
He did not say something.
But us men, we really don't have that much though. We really don't.
Usher board either.
We don't want the usher board either.
Right.
We got the men squad. That's what we got. But no, this is our opportunity. She looked at me like, wait, what? This is the opportunity for us husbands and men to get around and just talk about things, to actually just become better men, to become better fathers, become better husbands. So at the end of the day, we get home and, hopefully y'all get some good loving, or we can get to checking off those items on that list that Cody was talking about when we come home from Man Cave.
She want that list work.
But not even the list though. We work on the list. There are things that we try to work on. We try to hold each other accountable for the things that we talk about in the room and things like that. So what goes on in Man Cave stays in Man Cave, and it's just us trying to be better men, better husbands, better fathers.
You can say
all
it
of that.
again. We're just trying to be better men.
Exactly. Trying to be better men.
Big
Exactly.
shout out to the
We
ones who are
support y'all.
trying.
We support y'all.
It means a lot.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. So, let's get into our topic. See, she says, oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, yeah. Because we're talking about leaving and cleaving. Not Cleveland, like I said earlier. But we are talking about leaving and cleaving. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a special guest in the building. She is a CEO, a TV host with her own show called Table Talk.
Table talk.
Yes, an international speaker and minister. We have Miss Bishop Darlene Lyons in the building with us today, and she got a round of applause this time. Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Welcome,
having
welcome,
me
welcome.
tonight.
We appreciate you being in the building with us. I know we're a little crazy.
I'm having so much fun.
I'm glad.
We get a little crazy sometimes, but like I said, I call the show edutainment, and it's just truthfully us sitting around talking and enjoying, you know, marriage and talking about the ups and the downs and how we can encourage other people in their marriage journey and relationship journeys and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much what it is. And a lot of times we share our personal stories, whether it's a personal story of something that I personally have gone through, or Cody's gone through, or we've gone through together, or Mr. Entertainment has even gone through as well. And so I actually posed the question. Again, we're talking about leaving and cleaving. Why can I not say that? I have no idea.
I don't know.
But I posed the question earlier on social media. Who comes first? Your parents or your spouse and your kids? And the reason I posed that question is because I personally had a conversation with someone a couple weeks ago. And there were some comments that were made to me in regards to how they thought I've changed. And they thought that, I guess, to them, the change was not a change for the good. Because I've distanced myself from certain family members.
Okay.
I personally didn't see it. I didn't recognize it. I didn't know it. But now that I do, I have an opportunity to take a look and say, okay, maybe I did, and maybe this was the reason, or that was the reason. And I know a lot of the times we have issues when it comes to, once we get married, we have an issue leaving our not our previous family, but our mom, our dad, our sisters, our brothers, our cousins, those whom which we were raised with, or our grandparents, or whomever it is you were raised with. We usually have a problem leaving them in the sense, not in the sense of we getting rid of you, but in the sense of, I have my own over here now. It's time for me to move on and grow and build and develop what goes on over here. I was talking with Cody earlier when we were getting ready this morning, and I used an analogy of driving a car. Right? And Cody kind of helped me with this analogy. So growing up, your parents drive the car. Your mom's in the passenger seat and your dad's driving, or vice versa, whoever drives. We're just going to say dad's driving and mom's in the passenger seat. But they're sitting right next to one another. And you as a child, you're in the back seat, right? But when you get older, you either A, buy your own car because you've gone out and you've gotten your money, you've gotten your life together and so forth. Or B, you've gotten your license and now you're driving, right? And so along the way you pick up a spouse, and your spouse, of course, is in the passenger seat with you now. And you have kids, and so the kids are in the back seat. And so the parents have now moved from the driver's and passenger seat to the back seat. They haven't gotten out the car,
Exactly.
Right.
but they're still just moved back a little bit. They may be in the same row with the kids. They may, be in the back seat. You got a third row. They may be in the back with the back of the kids. Not in the trunk. We ain't kick them in the trunk. I'm just saying.
Things have repositioned, and as we grow in relationships, things change.
Yeah.
If things don't change, then there's no growth.
Right.
So in order to grow, we have to reposition. So we have to take different positions. I'm no longer the head. I'm now on the side. I'm a helper.
Exactly.
Because now you have your own wife and your own children.
Right.
So it's not that you're getting rid of mom and dad and sister and brother. It's just that now I have to reposition my life, because now
My
what
priorities have changed.
what God promised me has arrived, and I have to. This is first now, and
To
you're
cultivate it,
exactly.
Exactly.
And so we have to learn how to, in a family, we have to learn how to reposition ourselves to come together. But everybody needs to know their place. And we don't like to talk about that.
Right.
But
You're very
everybody
right.
has a place. And if we could find our place and then learn our place and then to stay in that place. There would be so much peace in the family, in our places.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Love that.
Exactly.
Love
So I'm gonna read a few of the responses that we actually got back from our question of the week on social media. Who comes first? And don't forget, our phone lines are wide open, 803-692-6370, as well as we are reading your comments live on air from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you have them, go ahead and post them. The Ty and Cody on Purpose Show on all of those mediums, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, and or Twitter. The Ty and Cody on Purpose Show. So I will start with Love Harder Marriage Coaching. That's our good friend Laura Gathers from Maryland. Love Harder Marriage Coaching. She's a part of the show as well. She says spouse, kids, parents, just like that. Spouse, kids, parents, just like that. We also have Mate Podcast, who says their spouse always comes first. We also have Miss Bianca J, who says spouse and kids. So a lot of everybody seems to be pretty much on the same path of we're choosing your spouse and your kids over your parents. Not necessarily choosing, but they're the ones who come first after you choose to get married. But there is one that I do want to read, and hopefully we can go ahead and kind of attack this question, because they asked a question that I hope we can answer for them. To them, they said it's not easy. Oh, that's fine. They said it's not an easy answer. I'm battling with this right now. My children need my guidance. My husband needs my support, and my parents need my care. How do you truly determine who comes first? The parent that cared for you, the partner you love and choose to share your life with, or the children you gave birth to who rely in you? Ty and Cody, please help. Yes. So how can we truly figure out, was their question, who comes first?
My children who need my guidance. My husband who needs my support. And my parents who needs my care.
Exactly. You were going to say something, Miss Darlene?
So, since that's her husband, he needs her support. She needs his support as well. And since they're married, there's not a division. They are one.
Right.
So since they're one, and the parents need the care, we understand the children need them as well. They rely on both parents. So therefore, if the husband and wife is one, so they both should be caring for the parents. There should be no decision. She shouldn't have to make a decision, because if she's going to care for them, then he should say, okay, well, either I'm going or I'll see what's going on with the kids.
Right.
Whatever they need. That's what happens when two people come together in a marriage. They become one. They're no longer two. So if I need to go and care for mom, then guess what?
We're caring
for mom, not her. So there's no decision there.
Right.
And as far as the children, mom and dad still together. If she's physically, we know one of them have to go. And then if there's another situation that needs to be tackled, then they should decide who's going to go where. Not that I need to put anybody above, or I need to make a decision what's greater, because there's no greater. We are a family.
Yeah.
And so we do this as a family, as a unit.
Yeah.
That's how you answer that.
And I think a lot of people miss it, because and you briefly touched on it. People feel like there is separation for whatever reason. I take care of mine, you take care of yours. Not realizing that, like you said, once you get married, you become a unit of one. And it's easier to tackle issues that you deal with as a unit of one rather than separately. So if Cody and I are on the same page, and I support her and she supports me, then whatever's important to her now becomes important to me. Whatever is important to me now becomes important to her. So nothing that she cares about gets left behind. Nothing that I care about gets left behind. And we can jointly tackle our parents. We can jointly tackle our kids. We can jointly tackle the household or any other issues that may arrive through the process of the marriage journey.
And if you think about that, what Bishop was saying is, if you look at a husband and a wife, and you got the key word in the topic, cleave. So when you cleave and become one, you're one body.
Mhm.
So when Christ joined you together, you became one body. You got a hand, a head, however you look at the body and the parts. You got a left hand, a right hand, and you guys are working together as a unit. But if you notice, whatever you do it in love.
Right.
So whoever come first, whoever come last, at the end of the day, you do it in love.
Mm-hmm.
And love says we need to tackle this together because there's power in unity.
Yes.
There's power in numbers.
Yes, definitely. And so it's something that a lot of couples that we've talked to, I say, you know, I'll even say within Cody and I, it was an issue at one point in time when we first got married, where she would actually go back and contact her dad for something, and I got offended. I got offended
That knows best. Like, come on.
But and which that is, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But I got offended because I was like, "Well, I'm your husband. Why aren't you talking to me?" And she's like, "Oh, just because I was used to going to my father
And I knew
about."
that wasn't your expertise. That's his expertise.
Right, and so that's his expertise. But I was like, "But I'm your husband. I want to be the guy." You know how we get Mr. Entertainment. Yeah, stroke my ego. Let, you know, even though you know I don't know the answer, just ask me the question anyway, and let me say, and let me say, I don't know. Let's ask Dad.
Let's Pop.
You know, let's ask Pop. But go ahead.
And you guys are such an amazing example of what what a unit is. I've not known you as long as some people, but I've watched you. I've watched your shows, and I just watch what you're doing, your work, and and it takes unity even to do this.
It does.
Yes.
And I know that.
And she laughs over here because she knows why she's laughing. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and when people are listening to you as they are listening to us right now, there's so much they can learn from you all.
Mm.
You guys
We
are
hope
just,
so.
you're just an example, and you just said that we had growing pains.
Yes.
You know,
We
and
still
so
do.
a lot of times, a lot of couples are having growing pains, but they don't have the wisdom that you guys have. So
Okay.
what you're giving is wisdom,
Mm.
not just in marriages, but in relationships as a whole.
Right.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
so I just want to say, wow, I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We give all glory to God because
Very
this.
much.
I pray about every topic that we talk about, everything that we even go through to even get to that point. But on the flip side of it, though, my second part of that question is: are parents ready for the child to leave?
As a parent, Ty and Cody, I can tell you, and whoever's watching, I wasn't ready for mine to start leaving.
Really?
Yes, I have two that are now married,
Okay.
and I think the marriage thing started. That first one was a girl, she was a baby
Okay.
girl, and she decided she was just going to get married,
Okay.
And she went to Texas and did the JP thing,
Wow.
and then called me later.
Oh wow!
And so, no, I wasn't ready.
Okay.
And a lot of times as parents, and then my son got married. I love my daughter-in-law. She's a wonderful person. But was I ready for my son to be married? No. I was okay with him dating. But
Okay.
marriage is a whole nother position
Okay.
because now I have to let go.
But to that point,
You know.
Bishop, is your daughter, did the marriage, is it still successful?
Yes. Yeah, they're still married
Praise
to this
God.
day,
Good.
4 years in November.
That's good.
Congratulations.
I have a
to them.
grandson that is 2 years and 7
Awesome.
months old. And my second grandchild is on the way. That's why actually we went to Jamaica last year. So now she's about to give me a granddaughter, my first one.
Good deal.
So, I mean, I have a beautiful family. That wasn't the question. The question is, was I ready to let them go? No. And a lot of times as parents, we're not ready to let them go.
Okay.
And I think
And
some
why
of
is
it,
that?
because we're a little selfish. Because
Mhm.
I was a little selfish. I had when a person, you have birthed something and raised it, and it's been with you for so long, you're just like, okay, I gotta let him go and be a big boy now, or a big girl.
Okay.
And you know what the world is, and you're like, I don't want you to make the mistakes I've made.
Yeah.
But as parents, we have to realize that we have to let them go because God has a purpose for them being here.
Yeah.
And it was greater than me just being their mother
Right.
or their dad's child.
Right.
Is their purpose and our purpose is greater than us. So we have to learn to let go, but are we ready? No. Why? Sometimes because we're selfish. Sometimes because we love them so much. We become overbearing as parents. And so we have to look at ourselves. I had to look at myself.
Okay.
So I'm using myself as an example. And I had to say, well, Darlene, you've done what God told you to do.
Okay.
They have done what you asked them to do as children. They did not have children out of wedlock, and in high school they didn't do any of those things that you hear on the news.
Okay.
They waited.
Wow.
My son was 28 before he got married. He had no kids when he got married, and he was working, went to the military. My daughter, she had went to hair school. She had worked. She was like 24, almost 25.
Okay.
So I can't, at what point do we let go and say, we need to let go, but they have to make their own mistakes.
Yes.
This is true.
And they're going to make mistakes. My kids make them all the time.
Yeah.
They're not perfect.
It's a part of the growing process, though.
Exactly.
It's part of the growing process in order to make mistakes. And you mentioned you let them go, and when your daughter, I think you said, went to Texas and she did the JP thing. For those who don't know what JP is, Justice of the Peace.
Yes.
My first marriage, I did Justice of the Peace too, so no shame in that game. But when she did that, I'm gonna ask, when she did that, did you feel a certain way? Because, and the reason I ask that is because when it comes to the whole leaving and cleaving thing, parents sometimes, like you said, they get a little prideful, they get personal, they get, and they start to intrude to a certain way, it's because you did this without me, or because I have my feelings, I'm going to let my feelings known about your relationship, about your marriage, about how you should do this and how you should do that. Was that something that you actually felt like you had to, hold back your personal feelings, your personal thoughts, so that way you didn't intrude into their marriage?
Exactly. And I talked to her brothers, I talked to her dad, and I was upset with her. And I wanted to let both of them know how I felt. I was very, very upset.
You crashed the house.
I did. I did.
I had to ask, listen, because I'd be up in the house like, listen here.
But
I'm on the first flight to Texas.
well,
I'm sorry. See, I said something.
But I did. I wanted to get on the first flight to Texas, but I didn't go.
Okay.
Because I was too angry to go. I was so hurt and disappointed in her.
Okay.
I was just disappointed, not so much that she got married, but the way that she did it.
Okay.
It's so deceiving to me.
Okay.
Being that I thought that we had a better relationship and that you could tell me anything. I've never been the mom that you couldn't talk to me about sex. If you were ready to have sex, then guess what? I wasn't the mom that said, now my mother wasn't the way I am. She was totally different.
Right.
But I wasn't that mother. I was the mother that said, if you're ready, then we really need to get to the doctor.
Yeah.
I need to just make sure that you're safe and that you don't get up with an unexpected pregnancy that you're not ready for. And also diseases, right? So my kids was like, Mom, you are just too blunt and open. But I grew up in a house where, we don't talk about that.
About anything.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have sex. If you're going to have sex, then that means you wants to be, and
that makes you actually go and want to do it even more.
Exactly. And so I couldn't go to my mother and say, Mom, I'm a senior in high school and I'm getting ready. I feel like I might want to have sex with my boyfriend. So can I get on the pill? Why do you want to do that?
Gotcha.
You want to be a loose girl. You're not going to be like them.
Okay.
But that's not how I came at her.
Okay.
And I became a teenage mother.
Okay.
In my senior year of high school.
Okay.
By the time I walked across the stage, I was probably about 5 months.
Wow.
Okay.
With my oldest, yeah. So I know that, and so when she did that, when my daughter got married, I wasn't happy. Not because she got married so much, but why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
We could have had a ceremony.
Right.
Let me witness you telling this man you love him.
Yeah.
She's took all that from us.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's, so sometimes the way that we approach things, the way that we carry out things upsets our parents.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
it's not that the parents don't have a valid reason
Okay.
why they may be angry at you. But it some of that is you and the way you handled it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because you was like, well, mom or dad is not gonna like her, so I'm not gonna take. No, even if they don't like her, even if they don't accept him, you still need to be a man, be a woman, and go to your parents who have loved you and care for you, and say, Mom and Dad, this is a man I love. This is a woman I love, and I want you to know that we're getting married.
Right.
You're not asking them.
Yeah. That's
Now,
true.
now, at that point, you have given the ball to them. And if they refuse to accept your choice, then they just going to have to consult God about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But at least give me the benefit of the doubt to make the decision.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So sometimes,
As a parent then, because it didn't go that way, what did you have to tactfully do for yourself to get over that feeling of the disappointment?
that was definitely a character building time.
I love that
For me.
phrase. Character building. I'm going to steal that one. Just so
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, that was a very character building time for me. My boss was like, whoa, Mom, it's so hot right now.
And it was wintertime.
Yes. It was, since it was November.
Okay.
So yeah, but I didn't talk to her real, for about a week or so,
Oh, okay.
and
That was good. A week.
Yeah, I was gonna expect. I went talking about 2 or 3 years.
I didn't go months or anything like that because you had to realize she was still my daughter.
Right. I think a lot of people lose that sight, though. A lot of people lose the sight that that is still their parent, that is still their child.
Yeah.
Like you said, we don't do everything perfect the way that our parents would like for us to do, but they're still our parents. We're still your children.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I still love you.
Exactly.
And I never wanted, me and my mother for a long time, we had this strange type of relationship.
Okay.
Our relationship was, and I always wanted to make sure that no matter what my children did, that I didn't ever want them to think that it would get so bad that they couldn't come to me. Because she did this and I didn't really know the young man, that scared me.
Okay.
Because I really
It's
didn't know him.
understandable.
And so I was afraid. So I wanted her to know, that's why a week was all I could do, because I need her to get that we're still here. So
Yeah.
if this does not work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work, because your mom, your dad, your brothers, and your sister were still here.
Gotcha.
And I wanted him to know
We got her
we
back.
got her back. So don't hurt my daughter.
Right. Yeah.
Because even though I don't like what she has done,
Still my daughter.
we still
Yeah.
love her.
That's right.
Don't have her calling here crying.
Because then we will be on the first flight to Texas.
I'm not mad at you.
So is that a situation of, okay, when it comes to building her own, though, is that, all right, now that I've told Mom, and now that Mom understands, and that this is what I did, regardless of how I did it, is it a situation of, okay, now I'm letting you go to cleave to your husband, to build your own, to use the example that your dad and I set forth, or
It's
whomever.
almost like you have to. You don't have a choice.
You do have.
I mean,
But
you
some
do,
parents
but
don't,
you-
though. Some parents don't. Some
They
parents,
don't.
they have to put their foot or their whole body into your
And
relationship.
some parents do. And some parents make it so obvious that it causes problems in your relationship.
Right.
Because, and then at the same time, this is my wife, but your wife is saying, but baby, this is my mom.
Right.
And you can't talk to me. I know my mom, her mom was very rude to you. And she said, Mom, you can't talk to my husband like that. But at the same time, she's saying to you, she's saying, baby, you can't talk to my mother like that
Right.
either. Because she's still my mom.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
So at the end of the day, parents can cause confusion in their children's relationship.
Right.
And they're wrong for that. We're wrong for doing that. As a parent, I'll stand in the gap for all the parents and say, if you're doing that, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't have a right to be angry, but there's a way to handle it.
All things, yeah.
I like that. I like the fact that the son or the daughter can say to the spouse, "Hey, let me handle this, right? We good."
Yeah.
Yes.
And then come to mom or dad respectively and say, "Look, let me just tell you like this. I love this individual. I respect you as my mom and dad. And at the same time, I want the same amount of respect that I've given you and as you've given me. And if you can do that for me, then we can kind of, you know, make this work together."
And it takes some oomph, for lack of a better word, in order to do that, because some people don't feel like I can approach my mother or father like that because they feel like it's disrespectful.
Yes.
But yet they allow their mother or father to come into their house or say things around them or say things around their children about their spouse because they don't agree. Winds up saying, well, you know, you get in an argument, your mom did this and this, that, and the third, or your dad did this, and it's like, well, that's my mom. I can't say nothing to her because that's my mom, that's my dad. I can't say nothing. It's like
That it's going to depend on the situation.
Okay.
It may be that both of you need to act, and I think again it's how we approach the situation, because you're going to have to understand when you have two hot-headed people, somebody has to take the high road.
Yeah.
No matter what they're saying, if they want to scream, you're going to have to be the bigger one, and let it be a character building day for you.
Okay.
And say, okay, God, this is a character building day, and I need you to walk in here with me.
Gotcha.
Okay? And so that one, the mom can be loud. She can say some things. Let her talk.
Okay.
Now when she finishes, then say, okay, I let you talk.
Okay.
Now let me speak.
Okay.
And now you talk the way that in a peaceful place.
Right.
Now, at the end of the conversation, if you can't come to an agreement, at least agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And I'm going to respect your boundaries, but I need you to respect mine, because the whole reason for the conversation is to draw boundaries.
Okay.
I was getting ready to ask about that. How do you set those boundaries with your parent so that way they don't intrude or
even feel left out?
Yeah, or even feel left out.
If they don't respect the boundaries, they're going to be left out. There is no way for them not to be Ty Cody.
Gotcha.
Because when we're in a place where this one don't like that and that, you see, because they don't like the situation anyway.
Right.
But they're going to have to accept it because this is what it is.
Yeah.
So these are the boundaries, Mom. These are the boundaries, Dad. And if they can't respect that, then guess what? You're probably going to be seeing Mom and Dad by yourself a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they're going to miss a lot of family gatherings if they can't respect the boundaries, because this, at the end of the day, this is your husband and that is your wife.
That's right.
They're still your parents. You still love them, but you're going to have to see them, and eventually, I know it don't seem like it,
Right.
but eventually, if you stay your ground and trust God, they will come around.
Gotcha. Anthony Williams says boundaries must be implemented early by both parties, both the wife and the husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's be boundaries.
And it's a thing of the parents have had their time, and they may still be having their time, you know. But it's an opportunity for the child or the children to be able to do their thing and grow, and trust that what they were instilled in from their parents allows them to make the right decisions, the right choices, and to be able to either emulate certain things. I know one of the things my father always told me was, you know, I don't want you to be like me, I want you to be better than me. I want you to take the good and leave the bad. So whatever it is you see in me that's good, take that with you, implement it into your life, your relationship, your marriages, whatever that case may be. But whatever you see that's bad, you learn from it and leave those things behind. And I think that's the whole thing when it comes to leaving and cleaving. with parents and children, that you have the opportunity to trust that your child is doing what they're doing, or you as the child is saying, you know what, I feel like I've been equipped. You've equipped me, Mom. You've equipped me, Dad, to be a good husband, a good wife, a good father, a good whatever it is, and still be able to lean on your parents to a certain extent for that support. Because again, they have not left the car.
Exactly.
They're still in the vehicle with you as a parent. However, you have your own.
And although they're in
going
the
on.
back seat, our goal is to bring forth the wisdom that they have to help us navigate the car to a final, safe destination.
And Cody, can I say something?
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about earlier when we were saying they just took a different position.
Yeah, exactly.
The family, once the family becomes a unit, love draws us together as a family.
It does.
You know, so nobody is putting anybody out. We're just learning how to take our what? Position. Learn our position.
Exactly.
It's like find your place.
Exactly.
Learn your place.
Yeah.
And stay in your place.
Exactly. Stay in. You couldn't have said it any better. I appreciate you, Miss Bishop Darlene, for coming in and sharing your wisdom on our show today, the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. I hate this time of the day because the show's over with. So, we appreciate you coming in. You know, we've had this conversation last night. I've been trying to get you in here because I ran into you one day. It's a little known secret that you have been the only woman that has peeped her head into Man Cave Monday, and I was getting ready to kick her out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, she's like, do I have to go? And I felt bad, and I was like, all right, just sit over there in the corner. You all right? But she was amening and I've gotten grief. Because Cody told me, well, how'd she get in there? I wasn't allowed to come. It's that, and I'm like, well,
I sure did.
I blame it on Mr. Entertainment. I was like, Mr. Entertainment, she's Mr. Entertainment's guest. I took a bus and kindly ran over you with Entertainment.
You know how you go to the movie theater and then you actually the one sitting there when the movie starts, you just don't leave. That's kind of how that works. She was already in the theater.
I'm sorry, Carter.
Yeah, you're fine.
So we appreciate you for coming and sharing your wisdom. We've been talking about leaving and cleaving. Is there any way that our guests can contact or even watch or listen to your show, Table Talk? Please share your information with our guests.
Well, you know what? They can contact me at 1-800-605-9726 if they would like to be a guest on the show.
Awesome.
Table Talk is under reconstruction, but you can watch us on Roku. You can watch us. You'll be able to watch us come October on Spectrum, Comcast, in states like California, Texas, Indianapolis, Chicago. I mean, where else? It's New York, D.C.,
Big time
Pennsylvania,
syndication. Yes.
Detroit, Michigan, South Carolina. We haven't gotten North Carolina yet. But it doesn't matter because you can watch us, you can stream us anywhere in the world. Okay, you just go to PTWWN TV, and you hit Table Talk and More with Darlene, and I'm on demand. You can watch me on demand. But very soon you're going to be able to watch us on your cable network.
Good deal.
So we are excited about the changes that are happening, and I'm just grateful to be on the Cody and Ty show on today. You guys are amazing, and I just love you. And I've asked them after the first of the year, would they come and be on Table Talk and More with me, and they said yes.
Yes.
We're excited.
We are excited. We are excited. Yes. Yes.
So I want to thank Mr. Entertainment for having me today.
I tip my hat off to you.
As always, he's gracious, a gracious, gracious host. But I want to thank you, Ty and Cody, for inviting me. And I've had so much fun. Maybe they'll invite me back.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
I love your subjects.
We always have an open door policy when it comes to our guests. You are more than welcome to come back anytime. You see, we are on the air every Monday from 8 to 9 p.m. here on WBNDradio.com. Again, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So we are always more than happy to have you here, Ms. Darlene.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It is time for us to go. I hate this time of the day, but it is what it is. We will see you all next time. Thank y'all for joining. As we always say, live purposefully.
And love purposefully.
Ty and Cody on purpose.
We're out.
Peace. Facebook family, Facebook family, Facebook family. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, we give a big shout out to Miss Darlene for being on the show and sharing her wisdom about leaving and cleaving, y'all. If you all have any additional questions and any comments, y'all know what to do. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, and we will be more than happy to keep the conversation going because we're about promoting big time marriages and relationships. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you.
That's good.